How you all doing, Ralfy? Ralfy Customs. Time for another vlog, mostly on the Triumph that I'm doing. And into the fog we go. It looks really clear on my camera, but in real life it's fucking thick fog, proper. So frozen fog, and it is absolutely beautiful, but quite dangerous like. So I'll best put this back in my pocket. I know. So new heaters on. One heater, the Mexican lady with a single tooth. We've had to extend the lead because the standard lead barely reached the fucking floor. So we've done that. We've robbed a load off the milling machine. The super duper fucking wee. And so far that's been on 10 minutes and we've gone up 2 degrees. It was 8 degrees, sorry, 4 degrees in here, it's now 6. So there you go, it does make a difference. It's warmer down this end as well, obviously, where I'm actually going to be working, which brings me to next on the agenda, being these struts. I'm going to be working on these struts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jig the mudguard up with a bit of wood so we can get that about where it needs to be, which is about where it is. You know, you may remember we put this bracket on the front. So we're going to just space that up a little bit more, I think. And then we're going to try and work out where these are going to go. And we'll get them drilled. We're going to have two mounting holes for the frame, for this bit. And then I'm thinking another 2 mounting holes for this bit, or maybe even 3. 3. So that's next on the agenda. What I need to do is look at maybe making some spacers to get rid of this bulge, to space them out a little bit. Not sure. We'll figure a workaround. And also, I don't know how well the camera will show it, but there's a bit of a roll in the mudguard. This side's a bit higher than that side, and it's not how I've mounted it on the front. There's a bit of a twist in it, like so. We'll look at what we can do with that. So we're not only are we using the new improved fucking milling machine, but we've got a new cobalt drill bits that were a birthday present. So off our aid, bless you mate, thank you. Straight in with a 10mm, 10.5 into this stainless. We definitely need a bit of lube because we don't want to fuck up the brand new drill bit, do we? So no need for a pilot, sorry I'm knocking the camera. And we're going to punch these through, and then we're going to see if it corresponds with the other side and transfer punch the holes through to the other plate and drill them out. Right, we have a fucking conundrum. It's like the mudguard's not symmetrical, which is no surprise, but it's thrown the fucking these right off. Like, I mean fucking right off. So if I have this one on and in place on the mudguard and the bolt holes kind of line up, look, it's hard to do one-handed, but something like that. Yeah. And then we come round the other side and lay this strut in the curve of the fucking mudguard. Then we are a fucking mile out, and I mean like an inch out. So maybe that side of the mudguard's an inch fucking lower than the other one. I've got it. It's moved a bit now. It's half a degree off true, so that's not going to give us a fucking inch. That half a degree on a rounded surface. Fuck me. The only thing I can think of doing is getting one side on and then fucking doing something, lifting this side up. But I don't want to take this rail out. I can't fucking lift it through that rail. Or get this side on, then drop the other side down, maybe. I don't fucking know. Nothing ever goes fucking smooth, does it? Righto. Long story short, this twist in the mudguard means that we're going to mount the lowest side, which is the right-hand side, if you like, looking at how it's pissed up, first. And then we're going to drop the left-hand side down a bit to suit. Can't lift the right hand side up because it's hitting the frame rail, so that's not going to happen, unfortunately. I didn't realise when I started drilling the mounting holes, and we have now got one on low, one set low and one set high. These need filling. I'm weighing up, bearing in mind that this area of the plate is going to lift behind the frame bracket there, like, so you're not going to see it. Turning or cutting some slugs out of stainless and tigging them in and cleaning it up has got to be quicker and therefore more cost effective than fucking about making another strut. So yeah, happy days. That's what I'm going to do next. 10.5 mil them holes, so I'm going to see if I've got any 10 mil round stainless and make 2 pieces to suit and get them tigged in and cleaned up. Righto, boys. Turn that noise off. I have elected to turn this bit of stainless bar down to 10.6 mil from 11. It's 11 mil. I need to face the end off, turn it down to 10.6, and then part 2 bits off 5 mil. 5 mil long. So where are we at? Let's just not run the lathe for a few days. So just gonna run it because it's cold. I'm just going to start it up in low gear and get a touch on. Yeah, get a touch on. See what he did there? Now I know this is 11, so we'll just touch and we'll call it 11. It's not super accurate, right? And we want 10.6, which is come on, there, somewhere around there. So oh, it's fucking slow to stop when it's in low and cold. Let's fucking have it. So give that a quick clean up. When you need 10 mil plus a cut, 13 mil, that's fucking more than enough. Let's just face the end off. Let's move you around a bit. There you go. Face the end off. Because we don't want that dimple in there, do we? We want it to fit like a nice little fucking puck. Be fucking puck of geezer. Yeah, a little bit more. Cool. Now, we'll just check that is 10.79. That is fucking hell, that's so slow, isn't it? So, oh, 10.6, look. That's what I've got. That'll do for me. So I'll just part 2 bits off. Let me change me feed and my speed. Put a parting off tool in, and I'll move you around again. Hello. So we'll just touch off at there, 0, and move along 8, which is 5 for the material and 3 for the cutting tool. That's there. And there's your fucking blows captain. I really should use some coolant, but can't be asked. So there we go. And now we'll move to 16, which is, come on, there. Same again. And once that's parted off, we'll rescue them from the chip pan, chip tray. It's not a chip pan, that's what you cook chips in. There we fucking go. So that's that. Bob's your auntie. So by the power of television, I'll get them cleaned up and tapped in there, and then we'll check around them and give it a quick clean up for you, and then we'll drill it out to match this one, and then we can look at getting them on the fucking bike and giving the mudguard a twist and sorting out what we need to sort out. It may well be a balancing act. We may well end up fixing one hole and slotting the other, so we can pivot things a bit to jiggle and wriggle and tiggle inside alike, as you do. Right, with that done, I'm not totally finished, because I'm not sure of the final shape, etc. But I've marked out for the 3 mounting holes, and I was going to go same size, but I've not. I'm fucking going to do them smaller. I'm going to go 8.5 mil. Yeah, so just like you've just seen me do. Just going to run those through, and then I'll transfer punch them onto the other one that's on the bench, and then we'll look at fitting them. Now, I'm going to message our Todd. I don't know if he watches these, because I don't know. I don't know if he's up to speed with what we're on with here, but I'm going to message him, because there is a fucking twist in this mudguard that I'm struggling to get around, so he needs to know that. Everything on the frame is matched up fucking cock on, and I can't make these sit on the fucking mudguard in the same place without a bit of this and that, so he'll get a bit of this and that. Right, so ignore the tubes. These got to come off, they'll be next, but I've got these lined up and they match each other to within a fucking T-light. You know, there's fuck all in it. I'm bolted on. I'm not sure how I'm going to bolt them on the final fitment, because there's not room for nuts. They've got to go inside the mudguard, like so. Next up is cut these off so they're out of the way, so we can eye it up as we fit the mudguard, really, and get these 2 holes drilled through each side on the mudguard and put nuts on the inside, and maybe sort of some little shims or spacers or something if we need it out. So yeah, fucking happy days. Look what we have here. I began the process of starting a channel for watchmaking, because it's what I'm doing in my spare time. Not that I have a lot, like, it's relaxing. It's like model making for grown-ups. But I can't film the shit, basically. So I'll show you a quick. This is mid go, if you like. So we've started off with a Seiko 5, much the same as this one. Very similar, slightly older movement. So internally a bit older. So from the 60s. 70s maybe. We have completely disassembled it as per. You get a spec sheet, look. It shows you everything, the running order for assembling, disassembly and all that. Is fucking great. And what I do is take photographs along the way, so I can remember what the assemblies look like, because it's helpful. So we've got 55 bits basically in that tray, pretty much. The dial and hands are over there, so there's 2 bits, 53 bits then in this tray, pretty much, that we are going to get in this movement holder. We'll get the main plate in this movement holder. We'll start to lubricate and assemble it accordingly, and hopefully we'll end up with a working watch when we finish, because apart from being really bone dry and quite dirty, I didn't really find anything that was amiss when I stripped it, so should be running nice when it's back together. Righto, we are in the centrally heated splendour of 7 degrees or 44, 46, something, bananas, not sure. Because not only is it not so cold today, but we've got the heating on, we've got both. We've got this loud thing that is a delight to stand in front of, and then we've got this quiet thing that is a delight to stand in front of. I'm just going to give it a few minutes to warm the space up. What I've found is, I don't know what the limit is like, but I get 1 degree every 5 minutes, which is fucking phenomenal. Obviously, got steel, everything that's metal is cold. Feels cold. That don't feel that cold actually. It's cold like, but not fucking freezing like things have been. So, I think the place is warming up, and I'll be happy days. Fucking hell! I know we've just done. I've just made a brew. You can see it's steaming. I don't know how long it took. I've not kept track of time. Maybe if you play the video back, you'll see the clock on the wall. But within short order, we're up to 52 bananas or 12 degrees. So these are doing the fucking job, aren't they? I'm going to turn that one off in a minute because it's fucking loud. Oh, so we have the struts on. Just to recap, I'm going to take them off again, and I'm going to cut these off this morning and look at finishing the tube somehow. I'm thinking slash cut with plate welded in. It'll be nicely. And then we'll get these back on, and I'm going to get them straight and level and absolutely bob on before I try and mount the fucking mudguard, the offending item. I think we're probably going to lose this front mount, which is fine. Nothing wrong there. We'll just take out the inner mounts that are fitted and take that bracket off, clean it up like. So maybe not. Maybe we'll make a spacer because it needs to sit a bit differently than that tab will allow it, I think, to get rid of the slight twist that we talked about. So that's what I'm up to and on with this morning, is cut these off, cut them off somehow, both sides, and get these on and get the mudguard on. And then we're making a battery tray, seat base, mounting the backlight, mounting the rear foot peg hangers, mounting the rear brake caliper, master cylinder, and doing side panels. That's about it a lot. Sounds easy, doesn't it, if you rattle it off quick? Oh, that's left a fucking mark. So they're off. Yeah, I'll now get I've either got to blank these off now, and I was seriously thinking of making a plug that goes in there and does something on the outside. Not really thought it through. Or a plate. So, not sure. Still not sure. Or, where's the offcut? Oh, it's fucking hot. Something like, I don't know. I can't, a concave fitting thing, but I can't get it right in my head. So we'll stumble upon that hopefully. Anyway, I know I've got to get the struts back on, bolted back on, and make sure that they're all level and square and everything's running true. So we'll see. Hopefully I'll come up with a bit of inspiration for this. Worst comes to the worst, I'll put a little plate in there, which will look fucking fine. I'm just trying to make it more fancy than what it is. And I've noticed I've not gusseted these bits as well. They need a gusset in there, so I'll probably go with a plate while I'm doing plate. Time for a little CAD. Cardboard aided design. I can't believe that stayed there, look. There's nothing old in it. So we need to cut out 2 of them and 2 of them out of a suitable piece of steel. I'm going to have a look, see what I've got. And the very bottom of that triangle, triangle, I'm going to put a tube or plate or something across. I'm not going to put a gusset in there like, so I won't be cutting one right now. Here we go there. So now we've got to cut this shape out. Give me breath, look, it's gone cold again. The heater's been off for an hour, so yeah. And I'm just going to chop. I've marked the shape, and I'm going to chop into it with a cut saw, and then I'm going to nibble those out with a fucking flappy disc. So you don't really need to see that, but I'll do a bit. Hold on. No good with the fucking welding mask on, is it? That wouldn't have been very good. Let's try the one I can see through when it's fucking. When I need it, eh? just finished that off on a belt sander. Oh, I know. So off camera, I've turned some of this bar down so that it fits up the 1-inch tube, and I'm going to use that to form some bungs that go in the end of them frame tube. Cut off. The matching end is shiny in there, look, and that'll be cut off as well. And then we'll look at shaping it. I think a curve or something. Something. Maybe cut it out with a fly cutter, or I'm not sure. I want to profile the end. That fucking focus. Profile this so it's not just shoved in and you're looking at that, because that looks shit. Yeah, it'd be nice if it had a curve out of it or something. So we've gone for this sort of shape of a slot. You know, I can't fucking decide whether I like them or not. This fucking glove keeps losing the will to live. Got brand new one today, look, and it's already earned its keep, if you like, because that would have been in the palm of my hand, wouldn't it? Anyway, this I can't fucking get my head round. These plates, fucking brilliant. Yeah, spot on, love it. They'll take the side panels nice as well with the fixing behind. So this will finish it off sweet. I don't know if they want cutting this way to scallop or just flat or fucking. At the minute they stick out a bit, obviously. Right? If I fucking, if I just do it flush, just fucking whack a bit of something in there, like not this, obviously, steel. But look, that shape. It's just impressed on there. You can't see it properly. I don't like that, but don't know. No fucking know. Right, we've settled on these plugs. They're just tacked in. They'll clean up lovely when they're all welded up. And we've had a wiggle and a jiggle. And we've got, because these mounting bolts through there, look, down there, the edge of them bolts are hitting the fender. It's mudguard. So we can't mount it properly. So what I'm going to do is get one side on. Yeah, so I'll get it where I need it, which is about where it is. Let's have a look from afar. So that sits nice, just shy of the back of the wheel, and don't quite sit flat there because there's not a flat spot on it. It's all fucking round. So I think that is going to be fucking peachy. And what I'll do, I'll mark those 3 holes and then take it all apart and lay this on top of the mudguard and mark these 2 holes so we can have bolts that go right through. And that's my plan. That's my plan of action. I'm not sure whether to drill and tap this M8 and just build it up a little bit inside, because I want maximum clearance, and there is quite a bit of clearance. You can't. It's not sitting even though because of the bolts that I said so. I'll get that done. I'll get this stage done. I reckon M8 nuts. Sorry, M8 bolts. So you're only talking fucking that, ain't you? So there's going to be enough clearance for a bolt head, and then you can put something nice on the edge, on the end, on the outside. A nice stainless dome or something. In keeping. So yeah, I think that's going to be the best way to go. So I'm fucking not happy with this. It's how it's going to sit would be something like that, which means that this really doesn't follow the shape of the mudguard. Now it's going to have to cross over. It's going to have to break out of this channel that I've got it sat in to cop the mountains at some stage, but I would like the majority of it to fucking sit nice like that. So what I've done is I've marked it, as I said, and it sits on the bike. It's going to sit about like that with those holes there, yeah. And I've drawn around the top ish, just rough. But what I want to do is drop it down to there, which don't seem a lot, but it means my holes will be off again. Remember I did these? Well, it's the same video for you, so you'll be fresh in your mind. So I think we're going to have to do Fender Struts Mark III, because I'm not happy with it. So I'm going to put a piece in, another piece in here. Or a piece, it's not had one piece put in. It'll be strong as fuck, and we'll plug them holes, and we'll fucking Bob's your answer, and that should sit where I fucking want it to. On a nice curve, instead of being fucking wrong. To be fair, this is really not my sort of thing. I would have done frame rails and fucking a boss like. I would have finished. I would have brought seat rails down. It's not focusing there. And followed a bit of a curve, and then had a boss on the end going into this fender. That's how I do it in tube. Much more my kind of thing. Anyway, I digress. So that's what we're going to fucking do. We're going to cut a piece of this accordingly, and we're going to TIG it in there, all off camera. You don't need to see me cutting fucking stainless and fucking about with it, do you? And we're going to go from there. Right, sneaky peek, part one, just to show you that we've got the helping hand and a couple of magnets to hold this down, although they won't stick to this because it's stainless steel, but they'll stop it fucking moving around. We're going to get a couple of quick tacks on, flip it, same the other side, and then look at welding it up with a TIG. I need to turn some more of these to blank those holes off and make a nicer job, but that's kind of finishing time, that is. These need doing before I carry on, because I have a feeling that the new holes are going to come close to these holes. But anyway, I'll do that all off camera, so just wanted to show you the setup really. We'll get that tigged in place and go from there. Thank you fucking doke it. There we are, look. With the new improved Mark IIIs. So, it took a lot less time than it would to fucking make new ones, and I've struggled to get out the material that I've got, so it's a win-win, isn't it? Less time, less materials, everyone's a winner. What I'm thinking is this ribbed for pleasure, sir, is fucking right annoying. It's a pain in the arse, because you've got this, it sits flat in here, look. And there's a gap there because it's hitting that rib, it's throwing it all off. Now I could space these off. I could put spacers behind, but I want them to be fit flush. I want them to sit fucking flush. I want to pinch an inch. If you remember, we had to remachine focus, the rear fucking hanger brackets, to gain a bit of width. So what I propose is I'm going to drill this hole through, and then I'm going to mark these, and I'm going to slice this rib around it. So if that sits about there, which it does, then let's have a draw around. Sorry, not showing you very well. A draw around this bracket, yeah, like so. And then we can see that's where the holes will be, and this is where it's in the fucking way. So we'll slice it here and here and maybe there, knock it flat, weld it up, snorted. Here we go, look. So we've got two holes drilled to suit, one there and one there. And then we've flattened a section there. Look, we've just cut it basically, knocked it flat, weld it up, give it a sand. Bob's your fucking answer. Then we can offer this back up to the motorcycle and see where these holes are going to come and get those holes drilled, can't we? On both of them. So we're getting there, slowly but surely we're getting there. That in turn leads to it sitting fucking pucker geezer on the motorcycle there, and it's almost fucking straight, but the bike's a bit pissed up. It's just a fraction over this side, which is great because there's a gap like I thought there might be, so we can fucking lift it up a little bit to tweak it. So what I'm going to do is, I've marked those holes. I'm going to drill these holes out through into the mudguard, and then we can get a bolt on, a couple of bolts in. We can also copy the pattern, copy this bolt pattern onto the other strut, and that'll give us an approximation of where that's going to fucking go, and so on and so forth. Right, so with one actually in place where it's going to be, cheers and thanks for going, we can come around this side, and we've kind of mocked this one up. The bolt holes are there. We've put a wedge in so it's tight, but we can't get the nuts on because we ain't done the mudguard mods. But we've measured up and got the same both sides. We can get one hole in. The difference, the twist if you like, is evident here and here. This part of this mudguard needs to come down. Not much, but enough. Right, so that's going to give the top a bit of a fucking twist. So, I'm really not sure the best way of going about it. I did think maybe I could lift this up, you know, the hole in this, where this bolt goes through, fucking slide it down. So that goes up, but it's not going to fucking do it really. They're going to be different because it's different. I don't see me getting it right without a big fucking roll in it. Which, I mean, it's already, this back bit is already pissed up. It's already lower this side. It's like that fucker. It goes, drops off. I can't lift it up any. It's already bang on, like, you know. This is what we'll go try and work around. So, what logic tells me is that if I get this one in and get those ones in alignment with this bottom lip, like I have here, so this one's just fucking touching there, and then that one comes where it comes. That's got to be right. It's got to be in fucking. It can't be wrong. You know, this has got to roll down. This bit of the mudguard's got to fucking roll down. But not sure how it's going to work out. To be fair, like, I can't line it up any better, bro. So, there you fucking go. Well, we're going fucking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. So we did have both of these mounted up, and then we realised they weren't fucking square. And then we realised that we couldn't fucking get it to work with the brackets that were on there. So they've come off. So now what I'm thinking is, come with me. Let's put you on here, because that's fucking, look at that chaos. I'll stick you on here. Just like this side, yeah, I can bollock the fucking bracket on that should be on the frame. I can bolt it on there, and then I should. I mean, this can only go in a very limited little corridor of space on this fucking thing, so I should be able to do the same with that one. So that's what I'm kind of working towards. If I could find the fucking these, look. So this was on the frame, something like that. But it's not fucking working out right. So what I'm gonna do is, don't know what I'm gonna fucking do. I'm gonna drill these holes through, because this can only go where it is. I've squared these up. This bolt and that bolt on the other side. Look. These 2 bolts are now square with each other, and here's fuck it is to swearing. So these struts can only go in the spot where they fit, like they can only go where they go, so they've gone. There they are, like. What I will do is probably get these holes drilled and get them bolted on. Get the right ones bolted on, that's off the other side. But yeah, get them bolted on and then offer the whole thing up to the bike and go from there. I'm gonna fucking call it, guys. It's late and I'm not gonna get this finished today. And this video I've just had a quick look at my editing while I had a quick brew. And we're all very well over the half hour, so join me on the next one. Just leaves me, as always, to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up if you like what you see. Give me a sub so you don't miss out on regular updates. Check out the merchandise, memberships, buy me a coffee, all my friends, and that shit in the description below. See you on the next one. Big love, everyone.